Does everybody know who Richard Meyer is? Do we need to do just a quick primer?
I have no clue, but I also have to leave soon.
Oh, how long?
Well, who is he? Who is Richard?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I want to know.
Maybe you'll intrigue. Turf might get intrigued
Meyer
to
is the
say.
guy who he started Comicsgate. Essentially, he's the one that he was the tip of the spear. He was the head of like the unofficial-ish, but the figurehead when it first kind of became a thing, right? After the whole Make Mine milkshake, you know about that?
Yes, my milkshake brings all the boys to my yard. Yeah.
The like 5 women who worked at Marvel, work at Marvel. Some of them do still. Went and got a milkshake, and they tweeted about it. They posted on Instagram, and they're like, "Hey, we're getting a milkshake," and hashtag Make Mine milkshake. And a bunch of dudes, chuds, they kind of like how The Last Jedi was really the rallying point for the fandom menace, right?
Yeah,
where they all kind of fucking, we can coordinate and under this banner and whatever. This is what it was for Comicsgate with the milkshake thing, and these women got all kinds of harassment for quite a while. They were like blamed for everything that was bad and going wrong in Marvel Comics.
Wait,
then
for
DC,
what?
Could literally going on a milkshake run?
Oh,
that's it. That's what set them off, man.
That was one of the big rallying cries at Comicsgate. Just women who work at Marvel getting a milkshake.
This caused dudes to shrivel up and fall off.
Why?
So it is nothing else than just misogyny.
Oh yeah, just that.
Yes, that was it.
I wish there was more. I'm not. Because it sounds like I'm being reductive, but I'm not.
Getting a milkshake.
So what was the angle? Like,
they're sexist pieces of shit
for getting milkshakes.
For having vaginas, for being women.
Yeah.
What?
No. Like this gets ridiculous.
Are you telling me it's it started from something that like there wasn't even like?
Well, I mean,
anything.
Just like with the fandom menace, there's a bunch of little dumb grievances that had been collecting over time, right? Like they this is shortly after they started introducing characters like Ironheart, Ms. Marvel, the Kamala Khan one, and several other like younger legacy characters. It was after Sam Wilson became Captain America and so on. And so that's where the whole forced diversity thing came from, right? And he had a channel on YouTube called Diversity in Comics. He became known to me from Jim Jeffries' show.
It's diversity in comic books. And the movement is led by a supervillain. He runs a YouTube channel broadcast from his secret lair / bedroom closet.
Today's video is going to be about Captain Marvel and how I hate her.
But he's never shown his face on camera.
Plot twist. The boyish lesbian showrunner decided to reboot She-Ra as a boyish lesbian.
Who is this evil mastermind whining and complaining from the shadows? Yep, that checks out. Meet Richard Meyer.
What are your thoughts on the current state of comic books?
Comics are kind of weirdly dying politics, specifically identity politics being shoved into everything. A character that used to look like a 1980s Dallas Cowboy cheerleader basically looks like me now.
We, of course, are rocking those A cups. Anything above a B cup. You hate
what in the bloody fuck?
Introduced as a Pakistani American Muslim, Riri Williams, who replaced Iron Man. If you don't like her, it's because you're racist or.
So yeah, you get the idea. I'm sure people that watch my content regularly are like, yeah, we know, move on. That's him. Well, I did want to get to the part.
What did you get from the X-Men again? Like,
because this sets us up. This is a transitional thing.
Positions. So I did one video. It's a common thing for my enemies to bring up.
Enemies.
Literally sucked her way into the comic industry.
Wow.
Is
defamation.
Dumpster.
You called a woman a dumpster.
Yeah.
All right. So interesting. All these years later, we have some new context on why he might think of, that as an insult for women, because apparently at some point in the past, I don't know.
He's in the garbage industry?
Yes, that's exactly. Richard Meyer was featured in a pornographic video, and so I took some time to get some screenshots.
Can we watch? Sorry.
Is there a dumpster involved?
Not a literal one, but the cum variety, if you want to call it that. I wouldn't refer to a person as that. You know what I mean? But like, there is a woman who is, acting as a receptacle for some somatic stuff. All right, so I took some screenshots, and I had to, of course, edit them to make sure that they're showable. But it's real. Like, so this is what it looks like. This is the setup. It's a shoe store. It's a, woman. And then you see
Regular
what's
day at the office.
Wait, so that's Richard Meyer, like?
No, this is not Richard Meyer. No.
Oh, okay.
So, no, just setting up the whole scene for you here.
You know it's quality when you could see the cameraman in the mirror. That's.
Oh yeah.
That's,
nice.
Yeah. You can see the cameraman's boner in the mirror. Let's see. I'll make sure I don't put these in any bad order.
I hate everything about life.
Story's progressing as we move along.
No.
I mean, we don't have all the context here, so we don't know what her motivation is or anything like that, but we'll just have to make do.
I mean, I do this
Wants to get new
sometimes.
shoes. What
Hey,
else?
just give them the test run on the shoes.
You go to a shoe store and then you lick some shoes. That's what
I
you
need
do.
to know
Are
if they
these
smell
really
good, guys.
new?
They don't have that new flavor. They lead her around, and here's where our man of the hour enters the fray, along with his girlfriend. There he is, Richard Meyer, who is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, and he's got the USMC.
Is that a fact?
It is a fact. Yeah. Even though he talks like the biggest fucking pussy I've ever heard. I'm sorry. He's a big bitch. Should have had these a little bit more organized, and I feel like I say that every week.
It's okay.
Yes,
you got a bit
editing is
distracted.
accurate.
It's
Don't
fine.
worry.
It's really hard to get
Editing
through
is solid.
the editing of all this stuff, and just what else do you call it when someone uses cum dumpster as an insult to someone that they allegedly hate and thinks a bad creator who's doing bad things to the industry, but then at the same time they're going to events like this with his girlfriend.
Look at him watching.
Why is he?
Oh, is that
why
how
is he holding the
that
shoe
works?
there?
So I censored these with various things. Like there's a few of them that are comments about his 5 late Indiegogo campaigns from his former fans expressing outrage that he's not delivered their books. And some other things I censored him with. We'll get to.
I find it so funny thinking about Dane doing editing all this, so they're taking screenshots.
Yeah, he was just watching a porn and went, "Oh fuck! Wait, that's a Comicsgate guy."
Look at that confused leering on his face.
He goes through a range of emotions that we'll see.
He looks jealous of the girl.
She's really, really into it. We can't watch the video, but there's moments where it's like she looks like she's positively orgasmic watching this happen, and
it's just dawning on him, oh, is this how they pay for shoes here?
So there's where they're all grabbing a feel. That's the girlfriend grabbing a feel. She looks like she's really into it. And then once again, former
I was
customer.
going to say, in his mind, he's thinking, Jesus Christ, these guys are huge. They must be 3 inches.
His arm looks really long in this because it looks like he's so far back.
That's her arm right there. Oh, that's yeah.
Oh, that's not. Oh, I thought it was
this is her arm. That's his arm.
Yeah, but what about the gray? Do you see the gray? I think that's his, right?
I think he's copping a feel while she's reaching in.
Yeah. Look, there are 3 hands. His hand is going under hers.
You can go find the uncensored version if you want to clarify anything. Here is another one. This one is censored by when he admitted accidentally that he never got hugs from his parents.
That's a bit sad.
Jeez.
He goes by the way, anybody confused, his channel name on YouTube is Your Boi Zack. Hence the thumbnail, Your Boi Zack and some other dudes make a porno. Yeah.
Actually. I'm just gonna go search that up just to verify if you're speaking the truth.
We need to verify the hands in this scene.
Yeah,
it's very clearly having a good time at this point.
This is. Oh, look at his smile. He's really liking this one.
Everybody else is pretty. I love how his emotions do not reflect anybody else's. It's interesting.
Like before, they were all having a good time, and he was looking kind of weird.
And he's like, "Huh."
Very clearly, putting in a lot of effort to do his job well here. This guy.
Oh, hands in pockets.
He's like really close to like his orgasm, but like he needs to hold it in. That's the face.
Oh, here's this one is censored by the lawsuit that was filed against actual comics professional Mark Waid. This is when the lawsuit was dropped after a couple of years of them acting like they were going to destroy Mark Waid, and that when they win, it's gonna show blah 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 blah, and then the lawsuit just got dropped. Both parties agreed to end it. Let's see. There's that. Let me make sure I don't have it. Oh, here's one that has the name of the video. If anybody wants to go look for it.
Platform.
And it is censored by one of the panels from one of his comics, which, as you all know, Comicsgate is the superior alternative to mainstream comics. So there you go.
Wind blows left. I am to the right. Nice.
Well, what I like about that is there's no political implication in that at all. There's no politics.
Yeah, it's apolitical. The comics should be.
Yeah.
How did new people keep appearing in those pictures?
Sorry,
I feel like I'm focusing too much on the porn. I'm sorry, guys.
Because they want to buy shoes, Jerf. They're like, hey, I need to buy some shoes, guys.
I did this one twice. My bad, but it does give us an opportunity to look at the time that he tried to explain the comics industry and Neil Gaiman's career to Neil Gaiman. So, Comic Book Database shows you as having 2 years of indie credits before getting hired by DC to write Black Orchid. No, it shows me as having indie credits before the publication of Black Orchid. You don't just get hired by DC on the same day they published the first part of a 144-page painted comic. Comics take a long time to write and to paint. When did you write your first published comic work? Blah, 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 blah. And it's just Neil Gaiman basically, you're a fucking idiot, dude. Like, this one is awesome. It was published shortly before after I was hired by DC. You seem to be arguing with a tweet you haven't entirely understood. And that's just kind of like all the shit they say, right? Like they're arguing points about things that they don't understand it. Anyway. Yeah. So that's that. Richard Meyer, somebody asked how found it. Vickyverse, I was about to say turned me onto it, but I shouldn't use that phrase. Vickyverse is the one who called my attention to it. She makes some decent content investigating the minutia and nonsense that goes on within the Comicsgate atmosphere, biosphere, which I refuse to get too familiar with because it's disgusting. But
I definitely need to look more into Comicsgate. I know surprisingly little about it, and given how it started from milkshakes, I'm baffled.
I was gonna say, if you know about the Fandom Menace, it's the same goddamn argument.
Same thing they do. Yeah,
exactly the same. And maybe they're a bit more open about it, but yeah.
Here's the title, by the way. Kink. Dreamy MILF behaves herself like a perfect sub should. So this is what I mean by the misogyny, right? Like he called woman a cum dumpster, as if that's an insult, and then yet this is what he's taking part in, and clearly, so it's this dichotomy, these opposing views. It's like, and it just clearly boils down to a hatred or lack of not seeing women as equal beings to men. They're, so if you want them to be a cum dumpster, and when you want them to be, and you want them to be a cum dumpster whenever you want to insult them, and just no matter what, it's always in his mind, lesser. Does that make sense?
He doesn't seem like a very nice person.
No, he's a piece of shit, dude.
Richard Meyer? No, he's a gem.
We should bring him on.
But he's also, what's even worse is that he was, like I said, he was the head of Comicsgate, and then Ethan Van Sciver kind of glommed onto it, and they became friends. And before long, essentially, Ethan had kind of kicked him off the top of the hill. And now, Richard Meyer, doesn't really, nobody pays attention to him. Few people do. All of his YouTube videos are just like a screenshot of a tweet from like some account that has like 100 followers or some shit saying something stupid. And then he'll go, look at this. This is what the left is. Or what?
Have you watched the entirety of that porn?
No, I don't know.
I'm dying to know if
I have.
You have?
No.
Oh, I mean, I watched. I looked through the end. Yes,
he got a good pair of shoes.
So did he partake in any of the activities? So he's an incel even in a porno.
No, he did. He did grab a boob and stuff, and he was, they were allowed. It seems like because several dudes did grab a boob, so it seems like that was what the spectators were told they could do. So the thumbnail
you can cup a breast for 4 seconds, no more.
Yeah. The thumbnail I ended up using where I said "broken desperate" at the bottom, pointing to him, was the alternative. The first one I decided against it was.
Maybe that's why his hands were in his pockets, that he exceeded the 4-second on a boob rule, and they're like, "Hey, that's it. Hey, I want your hands in your pockets, otherwise you're out of here, buddy."
Grab a boob.
They cut off his hands.
Grab a boob, you noob.
Am I gonna put my hands in my pockets? I broke the 4-second rule.
I saw a video essay. Can you link that? It's interesting. A video essay about how people want to validate their opinions by forcing them as their ethics. Huh. All right.
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin on that.
Oops. Yeah, I'd need to analyze and absorb, fucking swallow it. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Richard Meyer's a big piece of shit. He's got some comics he does or whatever that nobody cares about. I think he finally got his. Here's an interesting thing. He has the license to produce the Expendables comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like alongside Sylvester Stallone, like the official. Here we go.
No, was it? Okay. So there's Expendables. I know he's doing a Rambo prequel.
Yeah, that too. So it seems like he's established a relationship with Stallone, and then also Chuck Dixon, who created Bane. He created, Tim Drake Robin. He was the most prolific Batman writer in the '90s, anyway, maybe ever.
I loved his run on Nightwing. I thought it was great.
Yeah, but now he's fucking QAnon. Isn't that crazy?
Ooh.